I'm a skater, not a beater. Yeah, hey,
Hi guys, what's up? I have a feeling that spring is here again, don't you think? I've been thinking a bit about what I explained in my previous video, and the fact that I wasn't necessarily planning on making a more comprehensive video about Aaron Rash's The Nevermind Session IR pack. I've changed my mind a bit, and thought it might be cool to offer you a new video format in the form of episodes. It's true that my short videos on the Nevermind songs might not be explicit enough in terms of settings, and you could probably use something more complete. That's why I'm offering you today the very first episode of what I hope will be a long series on the first song of the album, namely Smells Like Teen Spirit. For this first video, I wanted to focus on just the intro of the song rather than the entire track. I hope you won't be disappointed by this choice, but I think there was already plenty to cover. Furthermore, the episode format will allow us to revisit key moments in a song and explore them gradually. Did Kurt's guitar tone in that intro also haunt you for years? Did you wonder how to recreate that tone, but never get the result you were happy with? Kurt's guitar tone might seem quite basic at first glance, but I've always found it difficult to achieve and reproduce. In this new episode, I can't guarantee a 100% match. That would be presumptuous, but I think we come pretty close. Let me know what you think. I don't believe it can be replicated exactly because there are so many parameters to consider, as it's a studio recording, and I can't compete with my home studio. I largely agree with Aaron's conclusions that Kurt used a Vox AC30 amp and the single coil pickup in the bridge position on his 1969 Mustang competition Lake Placid Blue. For this tone replication, I wanted to offer you alternatives in terms of guitars, but also in terms of plugins, including free ones like Neural Amp Modeler. That's why today I'll be using 3 different guitars and 2 different plugin configurations. First, I'll be using my 1965 Fender Mustang reissue, a very well-made guitar made in Japan. I've never modified it, and it still has its single coil pickup in the bridge position, which is probably the closest to Kurt's pickup. I also wanted to release this video before modifying it, because I've decided to install the 2 P90 pickups that were supposedly used in Steve Albini's Volino in the near future. And this guitar seems to have been used as Kurt's main guitar for recording the album in utero. I'll also show you how to reproduce the tone with my Fender Mustang Competition Vintera 2, which has a hot trail pickup in the bridge position, and my Duosonic, which has a Seymour Duncan SH4. For both guitars, I'll use their coil splitting function, which essentially transforms these humbuckers into single coils. Enough talk, let's test the guitars together. For the various sound tests I'm going to present, I'll be using a single impulse response to simulate the amp's cab, the one provided by Aaron Rash in his IR pack dedicated to the sounds of the album Nevermind. You can purchase this pack on his website for $49.99, just like the one for In Utero. What's particularly nice about this new pack is that Aaron has included a PDF file detailing the guitars used and the various settings for each song. Regarding my settings, I'm back to using the Amp Room plugin to simulate the Vox AC30. For clean tones, this plugin works pretty well. I didn't use the exact same settings as Aaron Rash, which I've included here for comparison. Personally, and this also depends on the guitar you're using, I lowered the brilliant and slightly increased the tone towards the cursor low. To low my impulse response, I use the Fractal Cab Lab 4 plugin, and I choose the one called Teenager Spirit Cleans. I like to set the master level to 10, because some impulse responses tend to be quite low in volume. I also add a very subtle reverb, barely perceptible, but which still adds a bit of depth and room. Let's go. For this second test, I'm using the same guitar, this time with the Neural Amp Modeler plugin, which allows you to directly load a Vox AC 30 amp simulation and Aaron Rash's IR. Here are my EQ settings. As for the Vox amp head simulation file, here's the one I chose. There are many options. I'll put a copy on my Google Drive. I picked this one because it added a bit of grit and a light crunch, like you hear on Kurt's guitar. Regarding the reverb, I used the same settings as before. Let's go. Let's move on to the second guitar. This time I'm using my Fender Duosonic. I'm just repeating the settings I adjust depending on the guitar used. 4 amp room. Here they are with a bit more brilliance this time. Otherwise, it's exactly the same. Now the Duosonic with the Neural Amp Modeler plugin. Same amp head simulation and same impulse response. The third and final guitar is the Fender Mustang Competition Vintera 2, the one that most closely resembles the one Kurt uses in the Smells Like Teen Spirit music video. Here are the settings I use for amp room. Let's see how it sounds. Last part of the sound test, still with the Vintera 2, but this time with the Neural Amp Modeler plugin. Here are my EQ settings. Alright guys, that's the end of this first episode. I hope you enjoyed it and that it helps you fine-tune your settings to achieve that legendary sound. As I mentioned, it's not a 100% match in terms of tone replication, but it might give you some setup tips depending on the guitar you're using. Feel free to leave a comment below the video. It's always appreciated when you contribute. And please tell me which guitar worked best for reproducing the intro tone. Also, I'm really looking forward to modifying my Mustang Daphne Blue 65 reissue with in utero pickups. I'll keep you posted. Love, my friend, and see you soon.